Imagine, if you will, the year 9 AD. The Roman Empire and its mighty spread faces a dark day in the dense forests of Germania. A time when the Roman Empire, a colossal force of unprecedented power and sophistication, was steadily expanding its dominion across Europe. Germania, a land of untamed wilderness and fierce tribes, was the next jewel the empire sought to add to its imperial crown. This vast expanse of forests and rivers was a world away from the marble and grandeur of Rome. Yet it was here, amidst the towering trees and the chilling whispers of the wind, that the empire's fate would take a dramatic turn. The man chosen to steer this new course was none other than Publius Quinctilius Varus, a nobleman of the empire, appointed as the governor of this newly conquered region. Varus was a man of the city, a product of Rome's political machinery, and a firm believer in the Roman way of life. He was tasked with the monumental duty of bringing Roman civilization to the wild tribes of Germania, a task he undertook with the stern resolve of a seasoned administrator. Yet the forests of Germania were not like the orderly provinces of the empire. They were a chaotic blend of cultures and tribes, a land that did not bend easily to the will of outsiders. Varus, despite his grand plans and Roman ideals, found himself in a land that refused to be tamed. As Varus marshaled his legions, preparing them for the challenges ahead, the Roman banner flew high above the Germanic forests. 3 legions, the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th, were under his command, a formidable force ready to enforce the Roman rule across this new frontier. Yet, as Varus led his legions into the Teutoburg forest, little did he know that he was marching his men into one of the most devastating defeats in Roman history. The dawn of a disaster was upon them, and the Battle of Teutoburg was about to unfold. In the heart of these menacing woods, a sinister plot was being hatched by Arminius, a trusted ally turned foe. Arminius, a name that would echo through the annals of history, was not always an enemy of Rome. Born a prince of the Germanic Cherusci tribe, he was taken by the Romans as a hostage in his youth. He was raised in Rome, educated in their ways, and even served in their military. He rose through the ranks to become a trusted advisor to the Roman general Varus. Yet, beneath this veneer of loyalty, a rebellion was simmering. The Romans, blinded by their trust, failed to see the truth. Arminius, fluent in Latin, was the perfect intermediary, and he used this to his advantage. He gained the trust of Varus, all the while secretly nurturing the seeds of a grand plan. His intimate knowledge of Roman military strategies and his understanding of the Germanic tribes' customs and terrain made him a formidable opponent. But Arminius was more than just a military tactician. He was a master manipulator. He played on the Romans' arrogance, their belief in their own invincibility. He fed them a story of rebellion in the north, knowing they would march to quell it. He guided them into the Teutoburg forest, a place where their legion's strength would count for nothing. Simultaneously, Arminius was rallying his own people. He forged alliances with other Germanic tribes, united by their shared hatred of Rome. They pledged their warriors to his cause, preparing to rise up against their oppressors. This was not just a battle for territory, it was a struggle for freedom, a fight to reclaim their identity. Arminius's plan was both daring and deadly, a high-stakes gamble that could either liberate his people or doom them to Roman wrath. Yet, he was willing to take that risk, to bet everything on a single decisive battle. A storm was brewing, a deadly trap set, and the stage was set for an unforgettable battle. As the Roman legions marched deeper into the forest, the treacherous plan of Arminius unfolded with brutal precision. The battle commenced under the shadowed canopy of the Teutoburg forest, a battleground chosen with cunning. The Germanic tribes, led by Arminius, used the dense woods to their advantage. They knew every inch of this land, every hidden path, every treacherous ravine. They were masters of guerrilla warfare, and this was their home turf. The Romans, accustomed to open field battles, found themselves out of their element. Their tightly packed formations and heavy armor were more of a hindrance than a help in the dense, uneven terrain. Their military discipline, usually an asset, became their downfall as they stubbornly adhered to their traditional tactics in a battle that was anything but traditional. Arminius's men, on the other hand, were lightly armed and highly mobile. They struck swiftly and retreated into the forest before the Romans could mount an effective counterattack. They used hit-and-run tactics, ambushes, and booby traps to whittle down the Roman forces. They attacked from all sides, causing chaos and confusion in the Roman ranks. The Romans found themselves surrounded, their lines of communication cut off, their supply lines severed. They were trapped in a forest that seemed to come alive with enemies. Panic set in, discipline broke down. The mighty Roman legions, the conquerors of the known world, were reduced to a frightened, disorganized mob. Arminius's men continued their relentless assault. They attacked in waves, each wave more ferocious than the last. They showed no mercy, gave no quarter. The Roman legions, once the pride of Rome, were being systematically decimated. In the midst of this chaos, the Roman commanders tried to rally their men, tried to restore order, but it was too late. The battle was lost. The Roman legions, caught in a trap of their own making, were being slaughtered. Caught off guard and outnumbered, the mighty Roman legions were being systematically decimated. In the face of overwhelming odds and a relentless enemy, the Roman Empire experienced one of its most crushing defeats. As the battle raged on, the Romans found themselves caught in a quagmire of desperation and despair. The once mighty legion, a symbol of Roman military prowess, was gradually whittled down by the fierce Germanic tribes. The Roman lines crumbled under the unyielding onslaught, their formation disrupted, and their morale shattered. The Romans, once the hunters, now found themselves the hunted. Their superior numbers, technology, and discipline were of little use in the dense, unfamiliar forest. The Germanic tribes, on the other hand, used their knowledge of the terrain and guerrilla warfare tactics to devastating effect. The Romans were picked off one by one, their legions decimated, and their hopes of victory turned to dust. The losses were catastrophic. 3 entire legions, equating to roughly 15,000 men, were wiped out. The cream of the Roman military, the best and the brightest, were lost in the Teutoburg forest. The empire had not suffered losses on such a scale before, and the shockwaves would reverberate throughout Rome and beyond. In the midst of the chaos and carnage, General Varus, the Roman commander, found himself in an untenable position. With his forces decimated and any hope of victory extinguished, Varus chose to take his own life, a last act of defiance in the face of defeat. It was a poignant end to a disastrous campaign, a testament to the sheer brutality and ferocity of the battle. But the impact of this defeat was not just measured in lost lives or military humiliation. The psychological blow dealt to the Romans was profound. The invincible Roman Empire, the masters of the known world, had been brought to their knees by the so-called barbarians. This was a defeat that shook the very foundations of the Roman Empire, a defeat that marked a turning point in its history. The Battle of the Teutoburg Forest was not just a military disaster for the Romans, but also a psychological blow that would echo through the centuries. In the wake of the battle, the repercussions were felt far and wide, altering the course of history. The Battle of Teutoburg Forest had ended, but its echoes reverberated throughout the ages. This calamity was not simply a military disaster for Rome, it was a psychological blow that shook the very foundations of the empire. Emperor Augustus, upon hearing of the defeat, was said to have banged his head against the wall, crying out, "Varus, give me back my legions!" The loss of 3 entire legions, a significant portion of Rome's military might, was a crippling blow. It signaled to the world that Rome, the seemingly invincible empire, was vulnerable. But the aftermath of the battle was not just about Rome's loss, it was also about the rise of Germanic tribes. The victory at Teutoburg Forest gave the Germanic tribes a newfound sense of unity and strength. They had proven that they could stand up to the mighty Roman Empire and win. This victory marked a turning point, setting the stage for the eventual formation of the powerful Germanic kingdoms in later centuries. The legacy of the Battle of Teutoburg Forest is felt even today. It is often cited as the event that halted the Roman expansion into northern Europe, creating a cultural divide that persists to this day. The battle has become a symbol of national identity in Germany, a testament to the courage and resilience of their ancestors. This battle also gave rise to important changes in Roman military strategy. It led to a more defensive stance and prompted reforms in Roman military training and recruitment. The disaster at Teutoburg was a wake-up call, and Rome learned from its mistakes. In the annals of history, the Battle of Teutoburg Forest is more than just a military conflict. It is a story of betrayal, of resilience, and of change. It is a tale of an empire's fall and a nation's rise. The Battle of Teutoburg Forest stands as a testament to the unpredictability of war and the enduring spirit of resistance. In the annals of history, the Battle of Teutoburg Forest holds a prominent place. This saga, stretching back more than 2,000 years, is a tale of deception, defiance, and devastation. We began our journey with the dawn of a disaster, where the Roman Empire, in its pursuit of expansion, walked into a trap set by the Germanic tribes. The unfamiliar terrain, coupled with the weather, played a significant role in the Romans' downfall. The Roman legions, led by the ill-fated Publius Quinctilius Varus, were lured into the dense, marshy forests of Teutoburg, a perfect stage for the ensuing catastrophe. The sting of betrayal was felt deeply, as Arminius, once an ally of Rome, revealed his true colors. A man raised and trained in the Roman military, used his intimate knowledge of their tactics to orchestrate a devastating ambush. His actions served as a brutal reminder of the fragile nature of alliances and the dangers of misplaced trust. The battle unleashed was a display of strategic brilliance and raw determination by the Germanic tribes. The Romans were caught off guard, their numbers dwindling, their morale shattered. The forest, once a symbol of Roman ambition, became a graveyard for thousands. In the aftermath, we witnessed a brutal defeat that shook the foundations of the Roman Empire. The loss of 3 legions was a blow from which Rome never fully recovered. The reverberations of this defeat could be felt throughout the empire, leading to a shift in Rome's expansionist policies. The legacy of the Battle of Teutoburg Forest is still evident. It marked a turning point in history, halting the Roman advance into Germania. It served as a testament to the resilience and unity of the Germanic tribes, and a stark reminder of the consequences of underestimating one's adversary. The echoes of this battle still resonate today, a stark reminder of the price of underestimation and the power of unity against oppression. The saga of Teutoburg Forest is a lesson in history, a story that continues to captivate, and a legacy that endures.